Coming up, a Norfolk after-school program takes home a major award at the White House, a major job development in Norfolk's business community, and trees fit for the Queen and the Botanical Garden. These stories and much more from Lake Taylor to Larchmont starts now. Welcome to the December edition of Norfolk News Now. I'm Karen Parker Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Thanks for joining us. The Crispus Attucks Cultural Center's RISE after-school program has been awarded the 2012 National Arts and Humanities Youth Program Award. RISE stands for Rhythm and Setting Expectation.
Among its many successes, last year 100% of the students in the Steel Drum Instrumental Music program went on to attend college or serve in the military.
The program engages low-income youth in significant exposure to the arts as a way to develop skills to become effective in work, home, and school. Every year, more than 700 teenagers participate in the intensive hands-on workshops designed to develop self-esteem, discipline, creative problem-solving, and critical thinking skills. First Lady Michelle Obama presented the award to RISE participant Tiffany Prigram in the East Room of the White House.
You make all this happen on shoestring budgets. You do it in unbelievable ways, in some of the most difficult circumstances imaginable. And I know that you put a lot of late nights and long hours in to give these kids opportunities worthy of their promise. But you keep on doing this year after year because you have seen firsthand the transformative power of the arts and arts education in the lives of young people across this country. You know that the skills that you're teaching, skills like problem solving and teamwork, self-expression, these skills aren't just valuable in the studio or in the theater, but they are critical in the classroom and will be in the workplace when you all get there. And that's why it is so critical that we preserve arts education in our schools. It is absolutely critical because we know how important it is for our children's development. We all know, every one of us who are here in this room will do whatever it takes to make sure that our own kids get access to sports and music and arts and recreation. So if it's good enough for our kids, it's good enough for all of our kids.
The RISE program is only one of 12 after-school and out-of-school programs across the country to receive the award. More than 350 programs were nominated. The National Arts and Humanities Youth Program Award is the highest honor possible for after and out-of-school programs. Bauer Compressors is expanding its U.S. headquarters in Norfolk. The $15 million project expands the company's manufacturing facility and administrative offices in Norfolk Industrial Park. It's expected to add at least one and possibly two shifts and about 130 new jobs. Bauer is a family-owned business based in Germany. The company makes high-pressure compressors for things like breathing air, industrial air and gas, natural gas, refueling, and plastics technology. The expansion enlarges the company's Norfolk campus 150,000 square feet, fronting Azalea Garden Road. The addition will house state-of-the-art robotic sheet metal manufacturing equipment, an automated paint line, and testing and evaluation center. The expansion will be built over the next 2 years. Neighbors Building Neighborhoods spends a lot of time working with residents to teach them how to work with the city to build strong, sustainable neighborhoods. But recently, the group turned things around and took their message to the city. The Triple M's John Linka has a story.
Leaders from the City of Norfolk's Public Works Department came together to learn more about Neighbors Building Neighborhoods, but the lesson was more of a refresher than anything.
Because Public Works for years has been operating under the NBN philosophy, we just didn't call it that.
The presentation focused on the fundamentals of Neighbors Building Neighborhoods, focusing strengths, partnering, and building confidence.
And really trying to, as Bob was saying, realigning how what the residents expect, what their expectations are of us. So trying to get them to take on a new role as well.
There's a technical response and there is a human response, and sometimes it's important to make sure that you give the human response, not just the technical response.
But this was not just a teaching experience.
And it's a way for us to get people together, teach the philosophy that we want them to follow with the city, and also allow them to participate in setting the goals and objectives and the management philosophy of the department.
The leaders broke out and brainstormed ideas to better integrate the Neighbors Building Neighborhoods philosophy in their everyday work.
So a lot of it is things like educating the citizens, really going out. I know with the environmental staff, we're always educating them on what the situation is, what they can do to improve the situation themselves.
Actively listen to some of the problems that folks are saying are out there. Get some different points of view. You don't want to only look at one person's point of view. You want to try to get other folks' point of view.
And at the end of the day, Public Works leaders walked out even more prepared to take care of you, the citizen, and your city. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Lincoln.
A big component of the Neighbors Building Neighborhoods program is community collaboration. The Bureau of Community Enrichment recently helped boost community collaboration with Campostella Elementary School. The school's principal asked if the Bureau could help her recruit volunteers to read to students. 10 volunteers answered the call, including community members and Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority staff. The children were thrilled with their guest readers who plan to return to the school soon. It's usually not fun to have to go to court, but in Norfolk, the kids are calling a very special case. The Triple N's John Linka explains.
All rise, all rise.
This is probably the only time these kids and parents want to see the inside of a courtroom. On this day, everyone was gathered here to celebrate Norfolk's 6th annual recognition of National Adoption Day.
It is what we call the celebration of being chosen. For the kids, congratulations. We honor you because you have formed the core of a family. Not because of chance, but because your parents yearned to find you. With hopeful hearts, they searched for you. And with great joy, they found you. And when they found you, they chose you over all others.
More than 30 Norfolk foster children were chosen by these parents to join their families.
As adopted kids, you join a pretty special group of people. Some of our greatest leaders and artists were adopted kids. From Augustus Caesar, the first emperor of Rome, to John Lennon of the Beatles. Adopted kids have grown up to have a huge impact on all of our lives. People as diverse as the brilliant General Stonewall Jackson and the brilliant scientist George Washington Carver began their journeys as adopted kids.
One of those adopted kids, keynote speaker for the ceremony, Jillian Jones.
With my family, with all of their quirks and all of their ups and downs, I can't imagine my life without them or being any different. I don't feel like there's some kind of void in my life that I'm missing by not knowing my birth mom or my family.
Not only was she adopted herself, but she and her husband, Norfolk City Manager Marcus Jones, are adoptive parents.
Joshua is an amazing son. He is funny, he's smart, he's cute as a pie. He loves to be the center of attention. He's not afraid to meet new people, and he really makes new friends very easily.
Maybe there is a future president or someone who finds a cure for cancer or becomes the first person to set foot on Mars. Time will tell, but one thing we know for sure. Wherever you kids go and whatever you do, a lot of the credit will belong to the wonderful people in this room who are your parents. You parents are so special. You are such an inspiration to us. So much a reminder of why we chose careers working with children.
Me and my wife, we were discussing about having another child, and the adoption came up. So we looked into it, we did some research, and the more we got into it, the more we liked it. We were foster parents first, but when these two young men came into our lives, they just kind of just took us away.
We appreciate the love that their mother gave, their birth mother gave, that she allowed us to be able to adopt them to be our children forever.
What do some of the kids like the most about their new families?
Vacation.
They let us go outside and they let us go to our grandma's house.
After certificates were given and snapshots were taken, the Norfolk Sheriff's Office had some new fuzzy friends for all of the kids. Judge William P. Williams had just one more courtroom task to do, and he got the help of one of the newly adopted kids in 10-year-old Keon Blow.
Court is adjourned.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
The Norfolk Fitness and Wellness Center is answering the city's Healthy Norfolk Initiative call. The indoor pool hours have been expanded. The pool is now available for use 6 days a week. The center has added a number of new fitness classes from Aqua Zumba to Extreme Core. In addition to the expanded hours and course offerings, the men's locker room has also been refurbished. It now features a new ceramic tile floor, new showers, sinks, and bathrooms, and a spacious sauna. The Norfolk Fitness and Wellness Center is located at 7300 Newport Avenue. Find out more online at www.norfolk.gov/RPOS. Most of us took time in November to remember what we were thankful for. This year, the folks at Keep Norfolk Beautiful decided to take that one step further by thanking residents who took the time to recycle. The Triple N's John Linka explains.
Driving around Norfolk,
turn left onto East Virginia Beach Boulevard.
Looking for trash.
No.
Or more specifically,
recycling!
Last month, the folks at Keep Norfolk Beautiful were out and about rewarding the recycling of trash with the presentation of cash. It was a program called, well, Trash for Cash, of course.
Trash for Cash is a 2-week pledge drive to invite all citizens of Norfolk to pledge to recycle more often, to recycle more of their household waste as part of the curbside recycling program.
With sponsorship help from the folks at Aveda Salons, Trash for Cash was part of a national effort called America Recycles Day, encouraging folks to get more involved in recycling. Once signed up and pledged to recycle, residents had a chance to win $100 in random drawings during the 2-week program on days of their regular recycling collection.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Renee, and this is Kawana Jefferson. We're with the City of Norfolk, and you entered the Trash for Cash contest for recycling?
Yes.
Well, you've won.
Did I?
Yes, ma'am. She was very, very excited. She said she'd never won anything before. It was great. She was not expecting it, so she was a little hesitant to answer the door.
Yeah.
But when she answered the door and we showed her our city badge, she was just thrilled to let us in, and she wanted us to come and have coffee.
A special thank you for residents who help keep Norfolk beautiful.
It's a great way for us to give people something a little more than what everybody knows is recycling is important for our communities, for the city of Norfolk, for the country in reducing waste. It generates a lot of jobs, generates economic activity. This material goes back into the economy, and that's a great thing. Above all of that, this is a great way to say thank you and give people a chance to celebrate.
To learn more about the program or how you can do your part to recycle more, just log on to norfolkbeautiful.org.
And even if you did not win the $100 Trash for Cash prize, you can still receive up to $300 per year in discounted savings just by participating in the Recycling Perks program. To learn more, just go to www.recyclingperks.com. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
When we come back, the Queen of England's special place at the Botanical Garden. Plus, some Norfolk kids get to meet a local radio diva for career advice and a skate jam to celebrate a big anniversary in Norfolk.
mothers lose their babies to gun crimes. You'll always be your mother's baby. So before you commit a gun crime, think about who you'll leave behind. Gun crimes hit home.
Why not?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello.
Chrissy, hey.
Hey, Alex.
How are you?
Alex? Alex? Hello. I'm Mrs. Garcia. We've heard a lot about you. He is cute.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Welcome back to the Triple N. No matter what time of year you go, you are certain to see plentiful trees and flowers at Norfolk Botanical Garden. But now the garden commemorates the reign of the Queen of England, too. The Triple N's John Linka has more.
Norfolk and the Hampton Roads area has been devastated by hurricanes over the past dozen or so years, and we've lost literally hundreds and hundreds of trees.
Last month at Norfolk Botanical Garden, a ceremony was held to help that tree replenishment, as well as honor the Queen of England. As part of Norfolk's sister city partnership with Norfolk, England, Norfolk Mayor Paul Frayne and NATO Chief of Staff Vice Admiral Tony Johnston Burt were on hand to help plant the first of a 60-tree celebration grove in what will be the Jubilee Garden in an international tribute to the Queen of England's 60th anniversary.
Queen's Grove, to commemorate 60 years in the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The trees here and nearby include the Royal Raindrops variety of crabapple, planted in celebration of the amity between the city of Norfolk, Virginia, and Great Britain in the Diamond Jubilee year, 1952-2012.
Her Majesty would be absolutely thrilled. She'd be thrilled to bits that this is being done for her in her name. And I think it's extraordinary that you should be so generous and also very typical of the Virginian generosity and kindness that you always show.
The Queen's reign is unparalleled, really, in history, and not only is she the second, the notes say, longest-serving monarch, but only 5 other kings and queens in British history have reigned for more than 50 years or more, and the Queen is at 60, and she has actually held audiences with at least 12 prime ministers. So that's more than special. It is extraordinary.
The Jubilee Garden is an initiative of the Norfolk Sister City Association and the Norfolk England Committee. Extraordinary reign of a queen symbolized by an extraordinary Jubilee Garden.
This is a great way to add trees to the garden and have them specifically for a certain reason, and honoring the Queen is just a wonderful thing to tie in the two cities.
To learn more about the Jubilee Garden or Norfolk Botanical Garden itself, just log on to www.norfolkbotanicalgarden.org. For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Linka.
Just a few weeks ago, a neighborhood pride beautification project was held at Park Place Multi-Service Center. Community leaders and volunteers joined Park Place Multi-Service Center staff to show pride in their neighborhood by rejuvenating the center's landscape. The volunteers planted more than 150 flowers and shrubs and spread wood mulch throughout. The Department of Recreation, Parks, and Open Space designed the upgraded landscape and bought the plants and mulch. But RPOS is not done at the Multi-Service Center just yet. Over the next couple of months, our POS and Public Works staff will head up efforts to renovate 2 restrooms within the center. It's not always just fun and games. The Norfolk Department of Recreation, Parks, and Open Space is always looking for new ways to help out the up-and-coming generation in the Mermaid City. So they invited a radio diva to share her important message about setting goals and creating opportunities. Our man John Linka captured this career-focused jam session.
We
something with writing.
You may listen to her at night on the radio.
I'm Dominique the Diva from 103 Jams. Do you guys listen to 103 Jams? If you like Flo Rida and music, I come on air 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And my role is an on-air talent or radio personality or on-air personality.
She was at the East Ocean View Recreation Center last month to talk with these kids about her career in radio.
I actually work at 2 radio stations, but I don't physically have to go to the other radio station. We have the technology to just send my voice there.
The idea came from Norfolk's Department of Recreation, Parks, and Open Space.
Basically, our job here at the Rec Center is to serve the community and just to be a positive light for the children and offer as many different programs as possible.
Dominique spoke about the pluses of radio.
Hey, this is such and such, and I want to give a shout out to, Eastview.
And the minuses.
She's like, oh, that song gets on my nerves.
She even shared a secret or two about the radio world.
We can go to work basically dressed almost any kind of way. You just want to make sure that no one's going to be visiting that day. But if you feel like wearing sweatpants and stuff, we get our sweatpants on because y'all can't hear us. All we have to do is sound like we look nice that day.
And how she got started down this career path in the first place.
And then I started interning. Y'all heard of an internship before? You basically work for free, right? And it's like, you think of it as kind of sucky because you don't get paid. But really, it's a good thing because you get the experience.
That was the theme of her meeting with these teens. Plan and get experience, especially an internship for life after school.
1 year after I started interning, I was working for free. They hired me. He was like, you want your own show on the weekend? And I was like, of course I want my own show. If I hadn't have interned and learned a lot of things and worked for free for a while, then I don't know if I would have the job. So that's why it's really important to whatever you decide to do, try to learn as much as you can about it so that you can really say, I know how to do this already. I remember when I was little and people would come speak to me and you kind of listen to them a little bit more than you listen to your own parents. Much cooler that way, even though we're probably saying the same thing. So I'm always down for that.
And she was down for these kids following their passions.
If it's a hobby, it could turn into a job. So this is what happens to the girl that gets in trouble for talking too much. You just find a way to make money out of it. It just doesn't matter what it is you want to do. There is a way for you to learn more about it before, as much as you can, before you actually get hired. But you just have to be willing to work for it and just put little plans together.
What will they remember the most?
Use your hobby as a thing that you could get money for.
Being an intern, even though you don't get paid, it's like it comes as a good use as to someone who hasn't even had experience before.
Hopefully, they take away how important it is to plan and put things in order to work towards their goals. It's not that difficult. It might get difficult along the way with those plans. You might have to come up with a plan B or A, but hopefully they see that it's definitely possible. People do it all the time. But at least I get to wake up every day and work somewhere that's like, okay, well, I chose this. It didn't choose me.
For Norfolk News Now, I'm John Lenka.
Dominion Resources, the parent company of Dominion Virginia Power, has been recognized by Victory Media as one of 2013's top 100 military-friendly employers. Dominion was one of the first utilities in the country to partner in the Troops to Energy Jobs program and played a leading role in its development. The Troops to Energy Jobs program helps transitioning military men and women identify career and educational paths in the energy industry. Nearly 150 skaters and friends came out to celebrate the second anniversary of the Northside Skate Plaza by doing what they do best. Skate Jam featured skaters of all ages and abilities. From the highest ollie contest to the bowl jam, skaters were showing off their best moves while enjoying the plaza. Judges picked one best skater from each age group. Since its opening, the skate park at Northside is one of the most consistently used public facilities in Norfolk. Find out how to access all of Norfolk's recreation facilities by calling 441-2400. Good Times Magazine is the quarterly program guide for the Norfolk Department of Recreation, Parks, and Open Space, and the brand new winter edition is available right now. Dive into Good Times to get important information about the expanded Therapeutic Recreation Center and the new Ingleside Gym. Norfolk Parks and Rec has expanded Taekwondo sessions, added a youth and parent stained glass workshop, and started a chorus or strings program to help fourth graders find where their musical interests lie. And as always, Good Times is packed full of fitness, enrichment, art, and education offerings, many free or at a very nominal cost. You can see all RPOS has to offer by checking out Good Times online at norfolk.gov Good Times. Well, that wraps up the December edition of Norfolk News Now on the Triple N. Thanks for watching Norfolk's Neighborhood Network for all things Norfolk. I'm Karen Parker Chesson with the Norfolk Police Department. Take care of yourself and your city and celebrate life daily.